it from her mama. I'ma say you got it right. Body rude is polite. Don't be in the humble type. Tell me, is you down? Cause I'm tryna go out tonight. Posing hoochies left and right. I just wanna live in a fantasy. I think we deserve it.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Today's video is just going to be an updated cat eye tutorial. I posted one a couple years ago, but today I just wanted to go more in depth with the types of cat eye gels and how to use them. So first we have a 3D cat eye gel, and to me 3D is the, I guess, basic standard cat eye gel. I prefer to use these types of gels over a coordinating color. You can use them over black, which is normally standard, but these look best over a similar color. They don't do a whole lot. Very basic, very plain, very subtle. So those are the more simple gels. Next up is going to be, this one is called Supernova, but you may see it called 10D, which the first one was 3D. These would be considered 10D, and they have a little bit more personality, which I'll show you. The 10D or Supernova gels look much better over a dark base. A black base works best for those particular cat eye gels. This next gel is a newer gel to me. I'm not sure how long they've been on the market, but I just started seeing them here more recently. This would be considered a glass or smooth cat eye gel. The particles in the smooth or glass cat eye gels are a lot finer than your 10D or 3D cat eye gel polishes. Depending on the color shift in the gel is how I choose my base when I'm using a glass cat eye. Again, I'll be explaining all of this more in depth as we go through the video. So these two are both a silver cat eye. The black bottle is your standard 3D, and the gold bottle is going to be a smooth or glass cat eye. It's a little hard to pick up on camera, but the standard cat eye has more of a glittery finish, while the smooth looks like a full cover, like regular gel polish. I'm gonna swatch both of these actually side by side on one swatch stick so you can see the difference. When I'm using a standard metallic cat eye like silver or gold, I prefer to use a black base, and when I'm using a metallic smooth cat eye, I prefer to use a nude base. The most important thing when using your cat eye gels is going to be your magnet and how strong your magnet is. So this is a standard cat eye gel magnet. It looks small, but it's very, very powerful. This is called a pin magnet. I rarely ever use this magnet. As a matter of fact, I don't ever use this magnet. I don't know why I still have it, because it does absolutely nothing. It's meant for drawing lines, but the magnet is so weak, it's just pointless. Now this magnet, I will say I was drawn in by the size. I honestly thought because it was so big, it was going to be super powerful, but believe it or not, this smaller magnet is actually way more powerful than the larger one. So don't let the size of the magnet fool you. You're gonna wanna try out different magnets, different sizes, different shapes to see which one works the best. This small one is definitely my go-to. This is a bar magnet, and it's really good for creating diagonal lines on the cat eye gel, and I use both of these together a lot of the times, and I can literally go back and forth between the two because they both work really, really well. So magnet strength is super important. So let's get started with our standard 3D cat eye gel. And again, I prefer to use these over coordinating colors. I feel like they look the best because they do give such a subtle effect. Using a color that matches whatever cat eye you're using just gives the best effect to me. They don't do a whole lot, but putting them over a similar color just looks really nice. Another quick tip, when you're using cat eye gels, you only need one coat of your base color. Whether it is an actual color like this dark teal, or your black base. You do not need to pile up your base color. Find a nice pigmented base, and one coat is sufficient. So once you put down a nice thin layer of your cat eye gel, one of the most important steps is to activate the magnetic particles in your cat eye gel polish. Do this before you begin to actually manipulate the cat eye gels to get an effect. You want to push all of the particles to the middle. So as you can see, it slightly changes the color to more of a green, and all the particles have been moved to the middle. Look how subtle that effect is. It's not doing a whole lot, but you can definitely see the design in the middle. When you don't like your cat eye design or whatever you just did, you want to think about it like an Etch-a-Sketch. Take your cat eye gel polish, clean off the brush, and go back over it. We're not curing and adding another. Once you cure it, there's nothing you can do to change it. So whatever manipulation you want to do, whatever design you want to make, you want to make sure you're happy with it before you cure it. Once you wipe off the excess product from your brush and paint over your nail, you're basically just giving yourself a clean slate to start with before you cure. And you can do this multiple times until you're happy, and then cure for 60 seconds. If I'm being completely honest, I rarely ever reach for the standard 3D cat eye gels. They just don't do much for me. I don't ever gravitate toward them. What I do reach for quite often is going to be my Supernova or 10D cat eye gels. I tend to reach for my Supernova or 10D cat eye gels just because they have more personality and much more of a dramatic finish. These gels are going to give you more of a color shift payoff, so I tend to gravitate to these more often. And just like with all cat eye gels, you want to make sure that you are activating them by getting those particles to the center of the nail. Once you're happy with your magnetic particles being pushed to the center of the nail, it does not have to be perfect. Then you can go ahead and begin manipulating your cat eye gel with your magnet of choice. So I'm going to grab my bar magnet just to show you how the cat eye gel pops on top of a black base. As you can see, it's really obvious, super noticeable, and it gives a really cool effect. I'm going to go ahead and clean off my brush and just wipe that design away and keep going. I just want to reiterate how important it is to flash cure between each nail if you're doing this on yourself or someone else. You want to make sure that you're flash curing your design for about 3 seconds before you move to the next step, whether that's another color or your next fingernail. That magnet will push the particles on your fingers if the cat eye gel is left wet. So if you're doing a full set of cat eye nails, you need to be flash curing between each nail. If I were to do a pinky nail, and then I get my magnet out and I get my design the way I like it, and I don't flash cure, once I move to that ring finger to do my next nail and that pinky nail is still wet, I am running the risk of destroying whatever I did. So it's best to flash cure for about 3 seconds between each nail, whether you are adding another color or just doing the same thing to the next nail. Flash cure the nail before you do anything. You will be highly upset if you have been playing around with a design on a finger and you don't flash cure it and you move to the next one. You will most likely mess up whatever you did. So flash curing in between is super important. With the 10D or Supernova cat eye gels, personally, I just like the look of moving the particles to the center of the nail. Super eye-catching, and people tend to catch different colors from different angles. So with these particular gels, I don't like to do too much. I get the particles to the center, I cure, and then I move to the next nail. So this next gel is my favorite type of cat eye. This is a chameleon cat eye. And chameleon anything is going to give you the most color shift payoff. As you can see, this color is teal to purple, and it is a true teal to purple color shift. I don't have to manipulate the particles to get that color shift to activate and show off. It just comes out of the bottle that way. Super, super gorgeous, very pretty. And I just want to say, when you are searching for cat eye colors, be sure to search those keywords: chameleon, supernova, 10D, glass. Don't just search cat eye gel polishes. Search what you're looking for. If you're looking for a color shift cat eye gel polish, use the word chameleon. It'll definitely change the results that you're shown. With chameleon cat eye gels, I prefer to use them over a black base because the color shift is so dramatic. Using a black base just helps them pop even more. Whether you use them as a full color with the particles moved to the center, or use your bar magnet to create a diagonal, a black base is going to give you the best effect. I love to use these colors when I'm creating galaxy nails. I actually did a set of galaxy nails. We did a day and night set. So one hand was a glass light colored cat eye, and then the other hand was multiple shades of chameleon and supernova cat eyes over a dark base. Very, very pretty. I'll actually insert a photo. I wanted to show you these magnets that I got from Shein. So when I say that magnet strength matters, it does. These magnets were advertised to create boxes with the cat eye gels. Hell no, they did absolutely nothing. Like literally, I hovered over, nothing happened, and they definitely didn't work as advertised. When I broke them apart, you could see that they are strong enough to connect to each other and hold, but not strong enough to even move those magnetic particles around. Again, when you find magnets that work, just stick with those. Like seriously. This little tiny magnet does way more on its own than those 63,000 little square magnets that I was just holding. I used my magnet to push the particles to one side of the nail because I'm going to put another color on the other side. And I want to show you how I achieve a dual cat eye on one nail. Once I got the particles moved to one side and I was happy, I went ahead and cured for 30 seconds before I add my second color because I am completely finished with the initial color. For the second half of this nail, I'm going in with another Supernova 10D color, just in a completely different shade. And when I use a second or third cat eye color on the same nail, I like to paint over the entire nail so that I have an even base to work with. And because we cured that first color fully, that teal to purple, nothing that I do with this magnet is going to affect that color. So I'm going to push my particles to the center like I would normally, and then I'm going to focus on moving those particles completely to one side. I'm just running my magnet along the opposite side of where I want the particles to be, and then going on that side and completely pulling them over to lighten the nail and activate those particles on that side. So as you can see, the teal and purple side has none of the fuchsia or magenta magnetic particles on top. It is its own separate color. Now, I'm going to take my bar magnet just to show you that we can do a design over a different color. And again, because we fully cured that initial color, we are not disturbing the magnetic particles underneath. Because I want this to be a true half and half nail, I'm going to clean off my cat eye brush, polish over the entire nail, and repeat the initial steps of pushing the particles to one side. Cat eye gels, a lot of them are just trial and error, just playing around until you get what you really want, and then curing it in place for 30 to 60 seconds. Moving on to our glass or smooth cat eye gels, in my opinion, these look best over a nude or neutral base. The magnetic particles in these gels are a lot more fine. They're not glittery so much, so we don't really need a dark base because we're not trying to make anything pop the way we were with the chameleon or 10D colors. I prefer to use nude bases with these, and you'll notice the actual colors of the glass or smooth cat eye tend to be lighter. Mint green, soft pink, soft blue, silver. Those are going to be your smooth or glass cat eye gel polishes. If my glass or smooth cat eye gel has a color shift like this one, this is more of a pink purple kind of base with a light iridescent blue color shift. I try to choose my base color to coordinate with one of the colors that I see. So I could have placed this color over a soft blue. I could have placed this color over white. I could have placed this color over nude. Because it is softer coming out of the bottle, I think the base should be softer as well. Black is going to be your best friend when your cat eye gel is very dramatic. Your chameleons, your 10D. Black is definitely going to be your best friend. If coming straight out of the bottle, your cat eye gel is lighter, choose a lighter base. And a good thing to do before you apply this to yourself or a client, practice on swatch sticks and see what you like before your client is in front of you. That way you're aware of what you're going to get before you're actually doing it on someone. So grab a few swatch sticks like I have with different bases and play around with your cat eye and your magnet and see what looks best to you. Because the magnetic particles are so fine, when I want to start over and grab my standard magnet to move those particles back to the center, I'm not as easily able to move those particles back because they are so fine. So I do have to go in with my gel polish brush and just wipe that design away, and I'm able to start from scratch to get the design that I want. Last but not least, I'm going to move on to my metallic silver. I have a standard silver cat eye gel, and I have a smooth or glass silver cat eye gel. Again, the difference between your standard cat eye gel and your smooth cat eye gel is going to be the difference in the size of the magnetic particles in the gel. The larger magnetic particles are going to give you more of a glittery finish. The smoother magnetic particles in the glass cat eye gel is going to give you more of a smooth, less sparkly finish. Both types have their place in your nail art, just depending on what you're going for. So I'm going to go ahead and activate this standard silver cat eye gel and move those particles to the middle. I'm going to use that same effect that I used earlier with that chameleon cat eye gel to move the particles completely to one side once I get those magnetic particles activated in the center. Once I move those over to one side of the nail, I'm going to go ahead and cure for 30 seconds. Our standard cat eye has been fully cured to one side of the nail. I'm going to take my smooth cat eye, and if you can tell, the smooth cat eye doesn't have a glittery finish at all. It looks more like a just standard silver gel polish, but it does have very, very fine magnetic particles in it. I'm going to go ahead and paint over the entire nail like I did earlier. Activate those particles to the center of the nail and then push them to the opposite side of what we've already done. As you can see, the smooth cat eye has a non-glittery finish and the standard cat eye has more of a glittery, sparkly finish. So metallics work well over black no matter the finish, whether it's glass or standard. But for me, I prefer to use my smooth metallics or my smooth cat eye gels over a nude base. I am going for more of a soft, feminine, pretty, dainty cat eye effect. Kind of like people know something's happening on your nails, but it's not so drastic. So you can definitely use these over black or any color base that you choose. I just prefer to go softer with my base when I'm using these particular cat eye gels. I'm going to move all the particles to the center and cure for 30 seconds. I want to show you a little trick. So this is a jelly color. I have tons of jelly colors. This one just happens to be red. I mean, we are coming up on Valentine's Day. When you're using your smooth cat eye gels, your glass cat eye gels, it's really pretty to put a jelly color over the top. It adds some depth and you also get a whole new color. Depending on how you move your hands, you can kind of see that reflective kind of effect beneath the red. So it looks like the nails are much deeper than they actually are. You can do this with any color, a neon, a pink, a lime green. It's just so subtle and pretty. Just another way to enhance your cat eye gel. So let's do a brief overview. We have our 3D standard cat eye gels, which look best in my opinion, over a coordinating color. Remember, one coat is enough for your base color. Next, we have our Supernova or 10D cat eye gels, which tend to have a bit more of a color shift and personality. These look best over black gel polish. Up next is my absolute favorite cat eye, and that is going to be our Chameleon. These absolutely look best over a black base. One coat of black is enough, and these are going to give you the most dramatic color shift payoff. Don't forget, search the keyword chameleon when you are choosing your cat eye gel. For our glass or smooth cat eye gel, your base is going to depend on whatever color is in the bottle. So, if you have a more pink glass cat eye, go for a more pink base. If you have a blue color shift or any color shift, choose your base to match the color shift. White works well, especially soft white. And our metallic. If you have a standard metallic, specifically silver, you're going to want to go with a black base. If it's a smooth cat eye or glass cat eye, for me, I'm going to go with a nude base. It just looks better in my opinion. unless we are using a jelly on top of the smooth cat eye. If you're going to use a jelly on top, black or nude will work just fine. But I don't like to use jelly on top of a standard cat eye. I think it looks better over smooth. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope that you've picked up some tips and tricks. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down below and I'll be sure to answer them as soon as I can. I appreciate you all so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all again soon in the next one. Bye.
They say she get it from her mama. I'ma say you got it right. Body rude is polite. Don't be in the humble type. Tell me, is you down? Cause I'm tryna go hood tonight. Posing hoochies left and right. I just wanna live in a